5 cities in the United States that will disappear in 2025. Imagine a world where entire cities vanish, wiped off the map due to rising seas, economic collapse, or other unforeseen catastrophes. It might sound like a dystopian future, but it's already happening. Today, we'll explore 5 U.S. cities that could disappear by 2025 as they face some of the most urgent challenges of our time. 1. Miami. Our first city is Miami, Florida. A city synonymous with pristine beaches, upscale living, and a vibrant tourism industry. Miami, however, is facing a crisis like no other city in America. Situated along the coast, its future is threatened by rising sea levels due to climate change. It's no longer a hypothetical scenario. Floods, even on dry days, have become commonplace. Footage of Miami's flood-prone neighborhoods with water creeping up streets and flooding into homes. The truth is Miami is already experiencing the effects of climate change. Experts predict that by 2025, several parts of Miami will be submerged underwater for much of the year, especially during high tide and hurricanes. This phenomenon, known as sunny day flooding, has already become an issue in neighborhoods like Miami Beach, and it's only expected to get worse. Miami's iconic skyline with rising waters and footage of homes built near the water. The real estate market, which has been a significant driver of Miami's economy, is also in danger of collapse. Properties near the waterfront are the most vulnerable, and in just a few years these homes could become unsellable. While efforts are being made to elevate homes and build seawalls, they may not be enough to withstand the relentless force of rising seas. By 2025, we may witness Miami's slow demise. 2. New Orleans. Next, we head to New Orleans, Louisiana, a city famous for its vibrant jazz scene, unique culture, and historic architecture. But New Orleans is also one of the most vulnerable cities in the U.S. due to its geography. Sitting below sea level, the city relies on an extensive network of levees and pumps to keep floodwaters out. But climate change and worsening hurricanes are pushing this system to its limits. Footage of Hurricane Katrina destruction, with homes submerged underwater and historic buildings damaged. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina devastated the city, and in the years since, New Orleans has slowly recovered. But the city remains at risk. Experts warn that by 2025, without substantial upgrades to its flood control systems, New Orleans may face a major disaster during another powerful storm. Furthermore, the city's sinking due to both natural and man-made factors exacerbates the risk. Footage of floods during recent hurricanes and footage of repairs to Levee 3, Detroit. Now we turn to Detroit, Michigan. Detroit was once the heart of America's automobile industry and a booming metropolis. However, decades of industrial decline have left the city in a state of disrepair. From the 1950s to the 1970s, as manufacturing plants closed and jobs vanished, so did much of the city's population. What remains today is a city struggling to revive its once thriving economy. Footage of empty streets, crumbling factories, and vacant houses in Detroit. Detroit has seen its population drop by more than 60% since its peak in the 1950s, with entire neighborhoods now abandoned. In 2013, the city filed for bankruptcy, becoming the largest U.S. city ever to do so. Despite efforts to revive the city, Detroit continues to face a number of challenges, including high crime rates, poverty, and an aging infrastructure. Footage of urban blight, abandoned schools and buildings. 4. Flint, Michigan. Our next city, Flint, Michigan, is perhaps one of the most heartbreaking stories in modern America. Flint has faced a series of devastating issues, but none more catastrophic than the water crisis. In 2014, the city's water supply became contaminated with lead after the local government switched its water source in an attempt to save money. The result was a public health disaster, with thousands of residents exposed to toxic water. Footage of residents protesting Flint's contaminated water and abandoned homes. The water crisis exposed deep systemic issues in economic neglect, poverty, and an overwhelmed local government. While efforts have been made to replace pipes and provide clean water, the damage has already been done. The city's population has dwindled, and many of the jobs and businesses that once supported the economy are gone. Interviews with Flint residents discussing their struggles. In addition to the water crisis, Flint also faces high unemployment rates, decaying infrastructure, and a growing number of abandoned homes. By 2025, if economic and infrastructure problems are not addressed, Flint could face a future where it's no longer a viable city to live in. The water crisis may be the tipping point that causes Flint to disappear altogether. 5. Stockton, California. Finally, we turn to Stockton, California. Located in the heart of the Central Valley, Stockton is a city known for its agricultural importance and central location. However, this once thriving city has struggled with a number of challenges in recent years, including a housing crisis, rising crime rates, and severe budget issues. Footage of abandoned homes, empty shopping malls, and drought-ridden farmlands. In 2012, Stockton made headlines when it declared bankruptcy. Since then, the city has faced an uphill battle to recover. The housing crisis, combined with California's persistent drought, has severely impacted the local economy, especially in the agricultural sector. With fewer jobs and an increasing number of foreclosures, the city is teetering on the brink. Footage of the drought's effect on local agriculture, with fields drying up. These 5 cities, Miami, New Orleans, Detroit, Flint, and Stockton, represent some of the most pressing challenges America faces today. Climate change, economic decline, and systemic neglect have put these cities on a path to extinction. But it's not too late to act. Whether through innovation, investment, or urgent climate action, these cities still have a chance to turn things around.